No monsters, no myths, just real people, caught in the unimaginable. The glowing dust that killed, true radioactive tragedy, it looked magical. A glowing blue powder found in the rubble of an abandoned clinic. Kids played with it. Families rubbed it on their skin. Then, people started dying. 1987, Goiânia, Brazil. Two scavengers broke into a forgotten hospital. They found a metal capsule marked with strange symbols. Inside, shimmering dust that glowed in the dark. They brought it home. Neighbors passed it around. A little girl painted it on her body like glitter. A man ate next to it every night. No one knew what it was. Soon, skin peeled. Hair fell out. People bled from the eyes. The dust was cesium-137, a deadly radioactive isotope, left behind by mistake. Hundreds exposed, a city in chaos. Entire houses were destroyed, soil scraped up, families evacuated. 4 people died, including the 6-year-old girl. 250 plus contaminated. Thousands monitored. No bomb, no war, just a glowing powder. Bear Camp tragedy, a father's ultimate sacrifice.
They thought it was a weekend getaway, but one wrong turn into a snowstorm became a fatal mistake. In 2006, James and Katie Kim drove their 2 young daughters from Portland toward the coast, but a wrong turn down Bear Camp Road, an unmaintained logging path, sent them deep into Oregon's mountain wilderness as snow began to fall. Snow piled high. Their car stalled. For days they ran the heater, but when fuel ran out they burned tires and even the children's stuffed toys to stay warm. Katie held her daughters close, her own body the last source of warmth as temperatures dropped below freezing. On day 7, with no sign of rescue and dwindling hope, James made a gut-wrenching decision. He would go find help. He left a note and set off with no winter gear, only sneakers, following a creek bed through deep snow, hoping it would lead to a road or a ranger station. He walked over 16 miles through freezing wilderness, every step a desperate act of love for his family. Meanwhile, Katie managed to briefly power on James's phone, and by a miracle, it pinged a distant cell tower in Glendale, Oregon. That signal helped rescuers narrow down the search zone by miles. A helicopter spotted the vehicle the next day. Katie and her daughters were saved, but James never made it back. His body was found near Big Windy Creek, just 1 mile from a fishing lodge that could have saved him. A father's selfless march bought his family time, but cost him everything. A story of heartbreak and one man's unforgettable courage.
They vanished beneath the mountain, Thailand cave rescue.
It was supposed to be a birthday adventure. 12 boys and their soccer coach rode their bikes to Thailand's Tam Long cave, laughing, playing, exploring. Then the skies cracked open. Monsoon rains flooded the narrow tunnels behind them, trapping them inside. They were 2.5 miles deep, with no food, no way out, and no light. Outside, panicked parents clutched the boys' muddy bikes. The Thai Navy SEALs arrived, but even they couldn't reach the children. The cave had become a death trap. Volunteers poured in from 13 countries. Elite cave divers flew in. Visibility was 0. The path was jagged, winding, and barely shoulder wide, a 6-hour dive each way. Hope was fading. Then, on day 9, a British diver emerged into a dry pocket. "How many of you?" he asked. 13, they answered. All alive, thin, scared, still holding hands. But rescue? Nearly impossible. The only option? Sedate each boy, tie him to a diver, and swim blindfolded through pitch-black tunnels for hours. One SEAL died placing oxygen tanks. No one was sure if even one child would make it out alive. Locals let their rice fields flood to redirect water. Farmers prayed. People cooked day and night for the rescuers. And one by one, the boys emerged, asleep, alive, saved. On day 17, 13 souls were freed, not one left behind. This wasn't just a rescue. It was the world at its best.
Fell from the sky, Julianne Kopke's 2-mile survival fall.
What happens if you fall from the sky and live? It's Christmas Eve, 1971. Julianne Kopke, just 17, is flying over the Peruvian jungle when a lightning bolt shatters the plane. It explodes midair, and Julianne is sucked out, still strapped to her seat, plummeting 2 miles into the Amazon. She wakes in the trees, broken collarbone, one shoe, no food, no map. Only jungle, a roaring, insect-choked nightmare. But Julianne is no ordinary teen she's. The daughter of zoologists, she finds a stream and begins to walk. For 11 days. She crawls through snake-infested waters, battling infection, rot, and hallucinations. Maggots wriggle in her wounds. Buzzards circle overhead. Every night could be her last. Then a sound. A motor. She stumbles into a clearing and sees a hut. A group of stunned loggers rush to help. Against every odd, Julianne Kopke survived what no one else did, a fall from the sky.
The Tylenol murders.
In 1982, a terrifying mystery gripped Chicago. 7 people died suddenly, healthy, young, no warning. The only link? Each had taken Tylenol. Investigators discovered the truth. Someone had opened bottles, laced the capsules with cyanide, then put them back on store shelves. There was no pattern, no motive, no camera footage. It was random and deadly. A nationwide panic followed. Millions of bottles were pulled from shelves. Johnson & Johnson lost millions. But they launched the first ever tamper-proof packaging. Despite hundreds of leads, no one was ever charged. The killer could still be out there. And every time you open a bottle, you're living in a world that changed because of them.
Lake Nyos, the silent killer. What if you went to sleep and never woke up? On August 21st, 1986, a strange eruption in Cameroon killed over 1,700 people. Without fire, without warning. It happened at Lake Nyos, a crater lake sitting above a pocket of volcanic magma. Carbon dioxide had been building under the lake for years. That night, it suddenly exploded, releasing 100,000 tons of gas. The heavy cloud raced downhill, invisible and silent, suffocating everything in its path: people, livestock, wildlife. Some survivors woke surrounded by bodies, unaware they had just inhaled death. Scientists call it a limnic eruption. Locals call it a curse from the lake. If one of these stories stayed with you, share it, because remembering is how we honor those who lived and those who didn't.